Fat Tuesday is almost here, and we at Home and Backyard can't get enough of this delicious Polish treat. So we asked our colleagues here at WNEP how to pronounce these Polish jelly donuts.
Paczki?
Paxi or Poxy.
Pączki.
Patsky.
Pączki. Paxi?
Pączki.
That's Pączki.
Can I try again?
Go ahead.
Pasky. Is that right?
Paczki.
Paczki. Pretty good, pretty good. Well, right now we're going to head over to Minooka Pastry to learn how to make and pronounce these delicious Polish pre-Lenten treats. Well, Bob, how do you say it?
Pączki.
Pączki.
Yeah.
All right, and we know they're delicious, and we know that you make them here at Minooka Pastry Shop, and you're going to show us how they're made.
Yes, I
right?
am. Okay.
All right, so let's get started.
I have my ingredients portioned. And I'm going to put them in the bowl, add the water, and we'll get it mixing. So this is just my flour.
Okay.
So I have, it's about 50 pounds of flour.
Wow. That's a lot of flour.
Makes about 75 pounds of dough.
Okay.
It's a good sized batch for us to work with.
Yeah. Well, you make a ton of them here, don't you, for the Lenten season?
We do. For the whole holiday, we make a couple thousand dozen.
Wow. Oh, 1,000 dozen.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. All right. Now we have some butter there.
Yep, this is, we use margarine. This is what makes the dough different from a typical donut dough, is that we add extra fat and eggs.
Okay.
And that makes them fry darker and taste richer. We're adding the water.
Now the water is cold, hot water?
It's hot water, especially in the winter time when the air temperature is colder. You want your dough to be nice and warm so the yeast acts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing with baking, right? The temperature has so much to do with it, doesn't it?
Temperature, you have to adjust for the seasons.
You can smell it already.
Yeah.
It smells good.
Yeah, it's a very rich dough.
Yeah.
You could, when it fries dark, and, it gives that extra flavor.
Yeah. Well, we want it to be rich. It says if you're going to fast, you may as well load up now.
That's the idea.
All right, looks like the dough is all ready.
It's all ready. So now we're going to portion it
All right.
into smaller pieces, and we'll let it rest on the table.
It's amazing. It really did get tight, right?
Yes. And that's why we want to let it rest and let the yeast do its job.
All right. So now you're just kind of like flattening it out a little bit so you can portion it up.
Yeah, I'll get it into rough pieces. I'll have to scale it.
How much does each piece weigh that you're doing these?
Each piece will be 5 pounds.
Okay.
If I work accurately, I'll use up every bit of dough.
Everything is so precise, isn't it, with
Very
baking?
Yeah, it's definitely a science.
Yeah. After doing it, just like with anything else, for so long, you kind of have a feel for it as well. You probably get so close,
Yeah, the less that you have to play with the dough,
Right.
the happier the dough is. I'll take it.
There we go.
And I'll do one last little dough development. If I have pieces, it all combines together.
Right.
It's a nice.
Oh my goodness, perfect. It looks perfect.
And then that will just about double in size, you'll see, after it rests for a little time.
I just find it just so amazing what it takes to make something like this from scratch. We're like so spoiled when we go and we just walk in and we can buy them.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but.
But it's so worth it. There's nothing like the taste of something that's
Yeah, I mean, the
like
customers
this.
love it.
Yeah,
and
they're
it makes it all worthwhile.
absolutely. Have you been making them here at the Minooka Pastry Shop for many years as well?
It's been almost 30 years.
Wow.
It's a long time.
It's such a tradition, though. People, can't wait for them to come out
Yeah.
during the season.
Yeah, it's something people look forward to. We start getting calls after Christmas.
Really?
When are we going to start making them?
Right.
So you can see I'm making a nice tight dough ball out of it. As it relaxes, as the yeast does its thing, then it will be nice and fluffy. And
Right, the
You'll
way
see.
we want it.
Yeah.
All right, so they're rested and ready to go, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So now we're going to take these and we're going to portion them into the final size pieces that we need. Just taking a little bit of the air out before it goes into the machine. Now we'll take it over to the machine. So this presses the dough
Yeah.
into a nice even shape.
Okay.
And then I set my cutters. I cut it. And then this is the rounder.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It probably saves so much time, right? Oh, look at that. That's really neat. I can't believe it.
And then we just do this, repeat the process for the rest of the dough balls. Then they'll go into the proofer, and that'll give them their final proof to the finished size. Then they go into the fryer, and it is fried on each side for 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Well, here we are at the final step. And
Yep.
what are we doing here?
Okay, so we're getting ready to fill the empty shells, and so they get put onto the spouts, and then when you push the button, the filling comes out through the spouts and into the donut.
Well, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Now, what are we filling these with?
This is Bavarian cream. This is probably our most popular one. So we push the donut shells onto the spout, push the lever. I usually give them, 3 times, and that way, if you fill them slow enough, they don't bust.
Oh, perfect, perfect. It's amazing the time that goes into these donuts. It really is.
Yeah, it's very labor intensive.
It really is. It's a labor of love.
Yes.
And while you're filling those, maybe you could tell me about some of the other flavors that you have.
Yeah, so we have also lemon, we have prune, we have raspberry, and then we have ones that are unfilled, just coated with sugar.
The traditional prune is very traditional, isn't it?
That would be a traditional flavor,
Yeah.
yes. So the final step is, with this particular one, is they get a coating of powdered sugar. And
Right.
so I'll take my sifter and sift the powdered sugar on generously.
Yeah.
And that's it, they're ready to sell.
Perfect. They look great. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about the Minooka pastry shop?
Well, we're a second generation business. My parents started it in '79. I've been running it for the last 3 decades. We don't sell bread. We have pretty much everything else. Cakes, pies, pastries. We're open Tuesday through Sunday.
And of course, with Fat Tuesday coming up, you have the Pączki, but you also have some other things too.
For Fat Tuesday, we also have king cake.
Yeah.
That's a traditional item.
Absolutely.
We sell, so we sell king cake, but there's also themed cupcakes, themed cakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, with Easter coming up, you have all the goodies for that as well.
Yeah, Easter will be here before we know it.
Yeah, so we look forward to it.
We're located at 3276 Burney Avenue in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Thank you so much for having us and have a great Fat
Yeah,
Tuesday.
thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.